Welcome to Wembley. My name is Lucas Aldridge, and I'm here for the League One playoff final alongside my co-commentator Jim Winthrop. So, hello, Jim. It's been a long season. We're looking at Carlisle and Chesterfield now. Who's going to make it to the championship?
Lucas, it has been a long year. And while either of these teams could certainly go home victorious today, if I were a betting man, I'm looking at Carlisle. They finished 6 points ahead of Chesterfield during the year. And while they do have a couple key pieces out in David Worrell and Mark Edgar, I think they have what it takes. I think they have the depth to see this game through to the championship.
Well, I think you struck a good chord there. They did finish 6 points ahead of Chesterfield, and not only that, they were able to topple Chesterfield twice in two league meetings this year. A 1-0 victory and a 2-0 victory. And Chesterfield must be wondering, how are they going to break down this Carlisle defense that's already neutralized them twice this season?
Well, Lucas, it's in their heads at this point, and and if they haven't been able to do it in these two previous games, I don't know if I've seen enough from them to think they can do it on a stage like this at a stadium like this.
I mean, you just have to wonder. You really do. We have one young man today, though, Paul Warner, who's just had an exceptional season for Carlisle. He's their leading scorer with 14 goals, and at 18 years of age, you just have to wonder, is that pressure going to get to him today?
Well, I haven't. It seems like nothing has. He's a young man, and while traditionally you might think the brighter lights would get to a player like that, sometimes it does have the opposite effect. You see a player that's younger and has less scope maybe of the consequences of the game, a player like that being able to play a lot more freely than some of these veterans who their entire careers might be culminating in games like this.
And talking about veterans, on the other side today we have a man called Etienne Velaconia, and the poacher has scored 11 goals in 32 games, and you just have to wonder if he's going to add to that tally today and really put it to Carlisle after this tremendous season that the relegation threatened Warriors that were promoted last season. Is Etienne Velaconia going to be the man that denies them that second straight promotion?
He's gonna have to be. He's gonna have to be for Chesterfield, and it'll be decided on the pitch.
Well, it seems like the players are ready to go. We're going to take a look at the lineups now. We have Gillespie in goal for Carlisle, and it looks like they're playing a 3-1-4-2 today. And as you see, the 18-year-old Paul Warner does lead the line. He'll be wearing number 20 today. He's really the man to watch out for. Mark Gillespie in goal too has had a tremendous season, and he'll be hoping that he can make it 3 clean sheets against Chesterfield this year. On the other side, we're looking at another slightly unusual formation. Both of these sides are set up very defensively, it looks like. We have a sweeper for Carlisle, and then we have a back four in front of him. And it's really looking like it's going to be a battle of those defenses today, and which one of those four attackers we're looking at right now in Woolley, Velaconia, Warner, and Wick. Which of these four can break down those stubborn defenses today? That's going to be the real battle.
And it's which one can do it early as well.
It is. You're exactly right, because an early goal in front of this Wembley crowd could really, really give you that extra spark. With those fans behind you, it could be hard to stop you if you get that early goal. And especially with a team like Carlisle, will it get into Chesterfield's heads if they concede that early goal? Will they start to wonder if they're going to be able to do it? We'll have to find out. And it's time to find out now. The teams are on the pitch. We're all set. It's Chesterfield versus Carlisle United in the League One playoff final. Here's Joyce. Plays it wide to forward. Forward's getting forward now. And you just have to look at grass here and he finds him and now plays it out wide. Another ball into the box and he's got a whip. Charlie whip, and he was just offside there. Line has gone up. You're absolutely right. Ford was given an opening there, and he really should have been Wood, he is the way to get it. Come back to move for Chesterfield. He put the ball in, and it's got to Woolery, and Chesterfield have the opening. It's a tremendous cross from Hurd. Chesterfield have done what many said they might not be able to do, and that is get a goal against this Carlisle United side. And Woolery, I mean, the goalkeeper had no chance, did he, Jim? Just a ball out to the right-hand side. I mean, the defence just, they just couldn't pick up Woolery inside the box. He was left wide open. Offside! The flag's up. It's not going to count. And the 18-year-old who thought he had the equalising goal. Now, was it offside, Jim? But he was offside, I think. Sweeney hits it. Carlisle backs to the wall. We have 45 minutes to save that season,
Jim. And if they do it by playing the same way they played against this team all year.
Well, let's take a look at some of the stats at halftime. I mean, we've got using our stats we've got here, we can see Woolery has clearly made the biggest impact on this game with that goal. But Sam Hurd with that beautiful ball in, he's made up for that yellow card he picked up early on, but he will have to be careful on that yellow card, won't he? Because as we all know, going down to 10 men under these circumstances is not a place you want to be at.
Devastating.
I mean, we've all seen it before.
Especially against the caliber attackers on the other side.
Absolutely. We've already seen Warner can put the ball in the back of the net. He just needs to hope he can do it when he's onside next time. Looking at the shots, Chesterfield have had more shots on target. They've had more of the possession. You'd have to say that they have deserved the lead. There just hasn't been enough from Carlisle. They've got the ball to Ford on the right-hand side on numerous occasions, but he just hasn't been able to get that final product. And when he did, unfortunately for Carlisle, Warner was in the offside position. And you've got to hope for their sake that something's going to change in the second half. Will they continue to go through forward?
Well, this is when a young player like Paul Warner can really can put a name for himself in even future English matches and maybe even national hopes.
Absolutely. And the man, he's currently on loan at Carlisle from Blackburn Rovers, and I mean, he'll be looking at this as an opportunity to really prove his worth to that Blackburn Rovers coach. It's likely that there'll be a lot of teams in England looking at Warner today at the age of 18 if he can make an impact on this game in front of a TV audience. He could really earn a paycheck next season, you know. We'll just have to wait and see what this second half brings, though. And you have to hope for Carlisle's sake that they can prove that fourth place, that was no fluke this season. They avoided relegation when they were expected to be in that mix, and now they really have to hope they can turn it all around. We've got our official attendance in today. It's a 51,762 crowd, which is fantastic for these two League One sides. The two stadiums of Chesterfield and Carlisle don't even reach that combined, so this is just a terrific turnout for these two sides.
It is. It's a fantastic showcase for these two franchises, and for Carlisle, who was certainly not expected to be here at the beginning of the year. This is it for them. This is a chance,
absolutely,
to see if they can respond with a goal or two.
It's a real test of their mettle, Jim.
It's a microcosm of the whole season.
It's a real test of their mettle, and you have to say, so far, M. Bull, the referee in this game, he's really had a fine game, hasn't he? He hasn't put a foot wrong so far.
Well, we haven't said his name yet, which means that he's doing just fine.
That's a great thing. It means M. Bull is doing a terrific job here. And it looks like with this gusty wind today, it's looking like Carlisle are going to have the wind in their backs in this second half. So you've got to hope that works for them and they can get the ball forward quicker.
Well, whatever it's going to take for them to get that card, to get that equalizer, weather including. Well,
let's see if we can make it happen, Jim Winthrop. Let's take us to the second half of this game between Chesterfield and Carlisle United. Was he onside when this came in? Oh, absolutely, Jim, he was onside. Now let's see if they can press on or if Chesterfield can hit back here. Ray Simmons is on for Chesterfield. There's a ball coming in from Heard. Oh, the hit has missed, and Bowen could be in. It could be a critical error. He just couldn't make the breakthrough. He didn't have time remaining. The far on the left-hand side. It would have been a critical error that cost them everything. Garcia finds choice. And the far there was offside. It could take something like that. It really could. It's going to go to extra time.
I'm not sure this fans deserve any less than that.
Absolutely not. It's been a long old season for these teams. This will be the 49th league game these teams have played, and it's going to go all the way, Jim.
I mean, look, didn't it feel that way going in, Lucas?
It felt like it might go all the way going in, and especially when Carlisle got that second goal, you just wondered if there might be another one, and it looks like if there is, it's going to have to come in this 30 minutes. But as we saw with that mistake from the Chesterfield defender, I mean, this is where seasons are won and lost, and this is where dreams are broken and dreams are made, you know?
And it does make you think about that first offsides call in the first half and what Carlisle could be feeling right now had that flag not
You
gone
know,
up.
Jim, it's like a game of chess. You make one blunder at this key stage and you're in checkmate, and there's nothing you can do about it. And you just have to wonder if one of these teams is going to be put in checkmate by the other at this stage.
Well, that was the time. We will see.
We're going to kick off now. It is the third period of this game we are in now. It's the first period of extra time. We have 15 minutes. Let's see if either of these teams can make the breakthrough here. Captain Far on the left. Finds Kennedy in the middle. Back to Joyce. And then Garcia puts it forward. And Bowen. Out to Far. And into the box for three. Legs out there, Jim. Gets it into the middle. Down to Bowen. Bowen to Garcia. Can they find that opening? Great tackle. This plays up to Garcia looks for Ford. He's tackled. It's Warner, and Carlisle United could have just won this game. It's the 18-year-old Paul Warner. And you wonder, was Ford onside there? It doesn't matter. Warner was. He put the ball in the net. And you know what, Jim? That could be the winning goal in this game. That could be the defining goal in this young man's career. Yeah, Chesterfield against Chesterfield, they need something. Donahue ball. Oh, it's coming off that post and it's off the post! He's hit the post, Jim. Hadley's ball to Angel found Donahue, and I don't think this was a cross. I don't know what this was, but it came to the fast post and Herders hit the post. He's hit the post, Jim. And that ends the first half of extra time, and Chesterfield have 15 minutes to make something happen. Both teams have really left everything on the line here, and it looks like Carlisle could come out with the victory. Carlisle have used all three changes. Chesterfield have only used one. And you know what? You've got to give credit to the Carlisle boss, because he left 18-year-old Paul Warner out there. He left him out there for the entirety of this game, and it's really, really paid him. It's paid off his decision to leave the young man out there.
It has, and now the attention is off Paul Warner because for 15 minutes, Carlisle must defend.
They must defend, Jim. You're absolutely right. And I think you're about to see an onslaught from Chesterfield. They're going to throw everything at this because who knows when they'll get this chance to be promoted to the English Championship again. Let's take a look. We're going into the final 15 minutes here. It's time for these two sides to leave everything on the line. There's nothing else after this. They have 2 months free. They can go to the beach. They can relax. This is it. There's nothing after this. Who's going to be playing in the championship next season? Let's find out. They come for ball for the Simmons in the corner. Simmons ball in. Oh, it's come to the far post. Oh, just needed a touch, Jim. Hanley will try and start things up again. Big down the right hand side. Puts a cross in. Let's keep playing. And Carlisle United weather the storm. There's only 5 minutes to go. We're right at the end here. It's the last chance surely for Chesterfield. We have a minute to play. Simmons down the right. Puts a ball in. Oh, those tight legs. That could have gone anywhere. That new ball in. Surely take his time with this. He clears the field. He just didn't put the ball back in. I've got to think they're at least considering it. Oh, it was so close to finding Simmons at the far post. But it's away, and this could be it. The Carlisle fans are on their feet. It's all over. Carlisle United will be playing championship football next season. And it's Paul Warner's goal in the 104th minute of play that takes them there. What is your assessment of today's game, Jim?
It was Carlisle in a nutshell. It was the same team we've seen from them all year. They went down a goal early, and they just don't know how to let up.
Terrific resilience today. We've seen a great Carlisle side, and this is now back-to-back promotions for Carlisle. And what does this mean for next season? Could they achieve the impossible and do it once again and finally make the Premier League?
Well, it's a lot of hope is what it is, and a lot of it rides on the back of this 18-year-old Paul Warner, whose name
Slow me down, Jim. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I think Carlisle just need to enjoy this moment right now.
Well, absolutely, and I'm sure they are. But with a youngster like this, if they weren't talking about him outside of Carlisle, they certainly are now. And we don't know what this team is capable of. Their ceiling is as high as this young man's ceiling.
You're absolutely right. I hope you enjoyed our game today. It was the Sky Bet League One playoff final. Carlisle have been victorious against Chesterfield at Wembley, and Paul Warner has scored this winning goal to take Carlisle United and yourselves into the next season.